Okay, today I'm taking you behind the scenes and I'm going to show you how we made over $100,000 on our first rental property. This one is going to be fun. So in 2014, we bought our first rental property with $18,000 that we saved up. And so we used $18,000 of our savings to purchase a home at $83,500. And we actually didn't own a home. I was working in higher education, and so we lived in the residence hall. So this was the first home we purchased, and it was not an owner-occupied home. And so we actually didn't qualify for this home on our own. And so my dad co-signed to make this happen. That's a super important thing for you to think about. If you are working to get into real estate and you might not qualify due to your debt to income ratio or due to lots of different factors, consider somebody who's willing to co-sign. This is really gonna help you potentially qualify. All right, so back to the juicy stuff. So we took $18,000 and we decided we could pay off one student loan, or we could use this $18,000 to generate a lot of money to pay off all of our student loans. So we bought this home, $83,500. We put about $6,000 in. The cool thing about this house is it was there was a 4-bedroom home in the front, and then in the back it was a 1 apartment with a garage underneath that had previously been an apartment. So we took $6,000 and got super scrappy, and we made that into an entire second home. That allowed us to really cash flow really nicely. And we were in a college town. College towns, with the way that you can charge rent per person, you can actually get a lot more money that way. And so we took that, we made the $6,000, and one important thing to just note is we did pull 2 separate insurance policies. So we had one that covered us for the front house and one that covered us for the back house. We didn't want to go cheap, even though we had to pay more in insurance. You'll see why that was important down the road. So to be conservative, really, we would profit about $1,000 a month once we, pulled in the rental income, and then we paid off our PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and put a little aside for maintenance. So $1,000 is actually conservative for what we brought in then. It was an amazing cash cow for us. We owned this home. We bought it in 2014. We owned it for 6 years. And so times 12 times 6, that's $72,000 that we made in cash flow throughout this time. Hence why we were able to pay off so much of our student loans. We had almost $90,000. And so, okay, so our cash flow here, we made $72,000. Well, a crazy thing happened. And remember how I said we pulled 2 separate insurance policies? Well, the back house actually got caught on fire. I guess a risk when you're renting to college students. They forget to blow out candles. And actually our insurance company cut us a check for $56,000. That was money we could put in our pocket. We only used a couple grand to clean up the place, and we put it on the market, and we sold for $90,000. $90,000. So here we have about a $90,000 investment, and then we basically got the same. Okay, maybe there was a little bit of money we had to pay for closing costs and things like that, but for simple math, we just kind of cross these 2 out and find that we have here $53K. So $72,000, and again, I'm being conservative with cash flow here, $53,000 in our pocket. That is obviously way more than $100,000 that we made. So this might be a unicorn property in a lot of senses, having a fire, being able to make 2 homes on 1 property, but a lot of these principles still apply, and you can create and generate a ton of money in the process. And some places you're going to have a lot more appreciation than kind of selling at the same price, and so you could make quite a bit of money on the sale of the home too. So Hope that this was fun to go behind the scenes of our first investment property, and it also gives you hope and inspiration for what you can do in order to generate a lot of wealth and money for yourself. Down below, we have a guide that we've created to help you as you're working to grow in real estate. So be sure to click that, and we would love for you to subscribe to our channel so you can get on way more of the juicy details behind the scenes.